lightning bolt cuts through the night sky, illuminating a desolate battlefield where Venom once stood. The charred ground still sizzles, remnants of his fiery demise glowing faintly. Thunder echoes across the horizon, a haunting reminder of the chaos that unfolded here. The storm grows fiercer, as if the world itself resents what has transpired. Among the ashes, something stirs, a faint ripple of movement. The air vibrates unnaturally, and from the center of the blackened earth, a glowing tendril emerges. The movement is slow but deliberate, as if driven by an unyielding force. Every inch it covers leaves behind an eerie glow, a sign of life refusing to be extinguished. A pool of black ooze begins to form, spreading like liquid fire. It moves with purpose, tendrils snaking outward as they reassemble Venom's form. The pool pulsates violently, each surge sending ripples of energy across the scorched ground. It's as though the earth itself resists, but the black ooze refuses to relent. Slowly, Venom's form rises from the remnants of destruction. His body, though whole, glows faintly with cracks of molten red and blue energy. Each movement is accompanied by an ominous creaking sound, as if the energy holding him together is unstable. The rain cascades over him, hissing as it meets his superheated frame, creating a veil of steam. Venom looks up at the storm-filled sky, his expression a mix of pain and rage. "You thought you could end me," he growls, his voice reverberating like thunder. His claws flex, dripping with dark, shadowy liquid, each droplet sizzling as it hits the ground. The glow of his eyes pierces through the storm, a defiant flame refusing to be extinguished. The sound of distant sirens grows louder, blending with the storm. Venom turns toward the noise, his tendrils twitching with anticipation. He senses something, a presence moving closer, its energy unfamiliar but hostile. "They couldn't wait to come for me," he mutters, his stance shifting into readiness. From the shadows, mechanical drones emerge, their red eyes glowing menacingly. Venom smirks, baring his sharp teeth. "I was hoping for something more challenging," he sneers as the first drone charges him. He leaps into action, tearing through metal like paper. The drones swarm him, their weapons firing bursts of energy that light up the night. Venom roars, absorbing the energy into his tendrils before unleashing it back. The resulting explosion sends debris flying, and the rain only adds to the chaos. One drone self-destructs, attempting to take Venom with it. The explosion sends him flying into a nearby building, shattering glass and concrete. He rises from the rubble, unscathed but furious. His eyes burning brighter. "You'll have to do better than that," he growls. As the last drone falls, Venom senses a stronger presence approaching. The storm intensifies, as if heralding the arrival of something far more dangerous. From the shadows, a figure steps forward, its form cloaked in shifting darkness. Venom tilts his head. "Finally, someone worth my time." The figure's voice is cold, echoing unnaturally. "You shouldn't exist," it says, its glowing eyes locking onto Venom. The air grows colder, and Venom feels the weight of its presence pressing down on him. "You talk too much," he replies, his claws flexing. Without warning, the figure attacks, moving within human speed. Venom barely dodges as a blade-like tendril slashes past him, cutting through solid concrete. "Not bad," Venom chuckles, his own tendrils lashing out in retaliation. The clash sends shockwaves rippling through the storm. The shadowy figure moves with relentless precision, its strikes becoming faster and more aggressive. Venom counters each blow, his tendrils weaving like a deadly dance. Despite the intensity of the fight, a smirk forms on Venom's face. "You're good, but not good enough." The ground beneath them begins to fracture, unable to withstand the energy of their battle. Venom leaps back, landing gracefully as the earth crumbles where he stood moments before. Still holding back, he taunts, his claws glowing faintly with absorbed energy. The shadowy figure pauses, its form shifting into something more monstrous. Dark, jagged tendrils erupt from its back, their edges sharp enough to cut through steel. Venom watches intently, his smile fading as he realizes this fight is far from over. The battle resumes, now more ferocious than before. Venom is forced to push his limits, his movements a blur as he dodges the figure's deadly strikes. Each clash of tendrils sends shockwaves that rip through the air, scattering debris and rain. The figure gains the upper hand, slamming Venom into the side of a collapsing building. Venom struggles to his feet, his body steaming from the impact. "Is that all you've got?" he growls, his voice dripping with defiance. Using his tendrils, Venom pulls himself free from the rubble, launching himself at the figure with devastating force. The collision sends both of them crashing through the ground, into a dark and abandoned subway tunnel below. The fight continues underground, their roars echoing in the empty space. In the confined space, Venom uses his agility to outmaneuver the figure, striking with calculated precision. The figure retaliates, its tendrils tearing through steel pillars like paper. Sparks fly as the tunnel shakes, threatening to collapse. A massive explosion erupts as a ruptured gas line ignites, engulfing both combatants in flames. Venom emerges from the inferno, his body scarred but still standing. "You're going to regret this," he snarls, his voice echoing with unrelenting fury. The shadowy figure rises from the flames, now larger and more menacing, its form pulsating with dark energy. Venom clenches his fists, his glowing claws leaving faint trails in the air. "You're tougher than I thought," he admits, his voice low and dangerous. The figure responds with a guttural roar, shaking the ground beneath them. The clash resumes with renewed intensity, their strikes faster and more powerful. Each blow sends shockwaves that ripple through the collapsing tunnel. Venom notices cracks forming above, a sign the structure won't hold much longer. "Time to end this," he growls, launching a devastating attack. Venom's tendrils wrap around the figure, constricting it with crushing force. The figure struggles, its energy flaring wildly as it tries to break free. "You're strong, but not strong enough," Venom says, his voice dripping with confidence. With a final surge, he slams the figure into the ground. The impact sends shockwaves through the tunnel, causing the ceiling to collapse. Venom leaps to safety, narrowly avoiding falling debris. Dust and darkness engulf the space, leaving the battlefield eerily silent. "Did that do it?" Venom mutters, scanning the rubble for any sign of life. From the rubble, a dark energy sphere emerges, pulsing with life. Venom's eyes narrow as he realizes the fight is far from over. "Guess I'll have to finish you myself," he says, preparing for another battle. The sphere cracks open, revealing a stronger, more monstrous form. The creature that emerges is no longer humanoid, but a towering beast with jagged, shifting features. Venom feels a rare moment of hesitation as the beast roars, shaking the earth. "You're full of surprises," he mutters, his stance shifting to a defensive one. The beast lunges at him with terrifying speed. The battle rages on, with Venom struggling to keep up with the beast's raw power. He focuses on its movements, searching for a weakness amid the chaos. Each blow he lands seems to regenerate the beast, its energy seemingly endless. "This thing just won't die," Venom growls, frustration evident in his voice. Using his agility, Venom dodges a devastating attack, the beast's claws tearing through steel pillars like paper. "If I can't overpower you, maybe I can outsmart you," he mutters, a plan forming in his mind. He lures the beast toward a weakened section of the tunnel. As the beast charges, Venom uses his tendrils to pull down a support beam, triggering a massive cave-in. The tunnel collapses onto the creature, burying it under tons of rubble. Venom watches intently, his body tense as he waits for any sign of movement. The silence that follows is deafening, broken only by the faint sound of dripping water. Venom exhales deeply, his tendrils retracting as he regains his composure. "That better be the last of you," he mutters, turning to leave. But a faint glow from the rubble stops him in his tracks. The faint glow intensifies, illuminating the rubble as the beast slowly rises again, its form now fused with molten debris. Venom stares in disbelief, realizing this creature is adapting, evolving with every attack. "Oh, come on," he mutters, bracing for the next round. The creature lunges, faster than before, its molten claws slicing through the air. Venom narrowly avoids the attack, feeling the intense heat as the claws graze his side. "You're really starting to get on my nerves," he growls, his eyes glowing fiercely. Venom counters with a powerful tendril strike, hitting the creature square in the chest. The impact sends it crashing into the wall, but instead of collapsing, the wall melts on contact, merging with the creature. Venom grimaces, realizing he's only made it stronger. Realizing brute force won't work, Venom begins to analyze the creature's movements, looking for a weakness. "You can't just keep growing forever," he mutters, retreating to a safer distance as he forms a strategy. The creature growls, its molten body glowing brighter with each step forward. Using his tendrils, Venom pulls down debris from the ceiling, creating a barrier between him and the creature. "Let's see how you handle a little distance," he says, his voice calm but firm. He scales the rubble, positioning himself above the creature for a tactical advantage. The beast roars, smashing through the debris with ease, its molten body leaving a trail of destruction. Venom leaps from his perch, launching a series of precise strikes aimed at its core. "If you have a heart, I'm going to find it," he growls, his strikes relentless. One of Venom's strikes hits its mark, causing the creature to stagger. A crack appears in its molten chest, and Venom seizes the opportunity, charging at full speed. "Gotcha," he mutters, his claws glowing with concentrated energy as he prepares to strike the crack. The beast recovers faster than expected, slamming Venom away with a molten tendril. Venom crashes into a nearby wall, the impact shaking the tunnel. "Okay, that was unexpected," he mutters, rising slowly as molten debris rains down around him. As the beast advances, Venom notices its movements becoming slower, its molten glow flickering. "You're burning out," he says, a grin forming on his face. He moves with renewed confidence, launching another series of precise strikes at its weakening core. With a final strike, Venom pierces through the creature's chest, shattering its core. The beast lets out a deafening roar, its molten form collapsing into a pool of glowing liquid. Venom steps back, watching as the remains cool and harden. "Stay down this time," he mutters,